Hello to everyone and welcome to this tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to install and configure Hammer Editor correctly by Valve. So to do that, you need to download the file I just provided under the description. It's called Hammer Editor tutorial files. Then put it on the desktop, or you can open it and make a folder on your desktop named mapping or something, and extract the files in there. So when you're done with that, we got the files here, mapping folder. Open it and open Valve Hammer Editor folder. You see here we got two versions. We need to install only one version and replace the 3.5, the newer, with the 3.4, but we don't need to install it. So double click or open the 3.4, click next, agree, and you can use any custom place to install your file. For Valve Hammer Editor, I'm going to install it like that, and click next and next and next and wait for it. So I'll make a shortcut on the desktop and click finish. You see, if you get this here, it's nothing important. It happens in some Windows 7 operating systems. Cancel it and go to the desktop, and you see you got here two files. This help file, you can remove it because we're going to learn today and follow how the steps I do it in case, so you don't need it, but you can use it if you like. So double right click on the X file and click open file location. So you see here you got Hammer X. You need to delete that, and you need to rename the point 3.5 to Hammer, and right click, copy and paste in there. So now close the folder here, and you can run this Valve Hammer Editor shortcut. I run it as administrator, so because I'm using Windows 7, and you see this message here. So click no. So we're going to install the configure it directly. Now go to textures, and you see the textures WAD is a default one, which is not there. So click remove, click OK, and click again OK. I go to tools, options, textures, and let's start. Click add WAD, and on the desktop, the folder we made, browse it and go to texture file, Half-Life WAD and ZHLD WAD. Use them both and open them. Half-Life WAD has the default textures by Half-Life, and ZHLD are the tools, such like a null texture which will not take any memory for your map. Then you can go to 3D views. Back clipping plane is when you clip and you make some mistakes, you can go back by clicking Control and Z, or help or something like that, on file and do. So you don't need it but so much, but it doesn't matter. On the model reader distances, the distance, you can scroll it to 2000, and the speed here, which you're going to be through the camera tool. So just leave it like that, or you can play with it later. On 2D views, click size and use 16. Great for grid. 16 is default and good for maps, for brushes you're going to make in your maps, because if you want smaller, then it will be harder to work with them, and bigger are will be so bigger, so you don't need like that. Then go to general, and you see these options here, and do levels. So if you do anything for any mistakes and you want to undo so much, just make it 100. I don't think I doubt that you're going to make so many mistakes. Go to build programs now, On the configurations, we need to go first to game configuration. On the configuration, click edit and put CS and click enter, close it. On the game data files, click add, go back to your folder mapping and click the Counter-Strike FGD file, and you need to use them both, so click them both and put them both. Now we don't need to change on anything on the texture format or map type. On default point entity class, just put info or just proceed, click and find anything like info player start, and here func detail will be nice. Right now the game executable directory, click browse. You don't need it anyways, but we're going to put it in case anything. Go to your Steam folder or Half-Life folder. For me it's on the program file Steam apps, come on, and Half-Life, and click OK. Then you can copy the whole directory line and put it under there and write type slash and tfc. Then do the same thing with the next game directory line and put valve. You don't need it, but let's do it in case, so we can have good results. For RMF directory, browse it and use the desktop file we made here, the mapping. So your maps the project files will be saved here, or will be opened from here. Then go to build programs, and you see here configuration and game executable. Let's see, exchequer. So click on the game executable, click browse, go to your mapping folder, go to Half-Life tools, and we got here these tools. These tools are not for the game executable, but we don't need them, so we go to click paste and go back to your HLX, which is the game executable we need. So open it, and this is only if you want to run your map and test your map directly. Then go to SCG executable, click browse, and go to your mapping pack, the files I provided, which is here. Go to Half-Life tools again and browse this HLCG. Do the same with BSP, with VIS and RAD. Place compiled maps in the directory before running the game. It will be mapping as well, so when you compile your map, the files of your map compiled will be in the same directory. And then click apply and OK. Now your Hammer editor is fully installed and configured. You click file, new, and you see it's here, and we choose snap on grid here 16, so everything's working fine. This is the pointing tool right here, the pointing tool, so you can select things. This is a zoom tool, you don't need it, but you can use it if you like. With the left click you zoom in, with the right click you zoom out. The camera tool, so this is the center of this thing, the cursor, and you can move inside like you move with W forward, S back, A left, and D right. The next one is the entity tool. You click on it, and on the right here it says categories, entities, objects, and you can use any entity you like here. So here is the block tool or wedge tool, and you can create your room like that and click enter, but it will be like wedge. So click Ctrl and Z and go again to the block tool. This is a block tool, and click block and do the same thing and click enter, and you see now you got the block here. And to change the texture, you click on it and you click this here, which is a texture tool. Click browse and find a texture. This is the textures, the default textures from Half-Life maps, and you can use any texture you like. And you see here I clicked on the camera tab here, and then I clicked Shift and Z to go inside for full screen, and you see the texture is fine, the entities work fine. So you see the info player start is where you're going to start, and here on the front you need to put front here. So in order to do that, to change the places, for example front YZ, or click on map on view and you change it. For it is normally YZ, I changed it to XZ, so I need it back to YZ, which is a height. So we can move it a little bit up so you can spawn properly. And the next tool here, this one is the apply for current textures. You use it, for example, you choose a texture here and you choose the block or the brush you want to apply the texture normally, or choose this one and click on the texture you like, but it's a complicated thing. So to apply texture, you just choose it and right click on the brush on the camera tool, which is faster. This here is for decals. So browse the textures and find a decal. A decal, it's something like, it's something on the wall like sprite, for example this one, and you click default and no, you exit it and you click on it. So you see it overwrites on the top of the other textures, you see. So then untick it and you see it's overwriting the textures. The next tool is a clipping tool. So you need to choose a brush and clipping tool is here, and you can cut it half or anything you like and click enter. Then is the vertex tool, which is the most complicated tool but most useful. Click on it and you can change the size, the way that your block or something will look like, and click on the point tool. So here you are. The next one, it's not something useful, never use it, but I will make a tutorial, short tutorial about it very soon. And this is how you install Valve Hammer Editor so you can work with your maps correctly. Here on the menu you can change the grid here. You see the grid change here, 8 and then 16, and this tools here, this things on menu, carve or make a hollow, or you can hide selected objects, you can group objects, and you should be worried here to this thing, texture lock. You need to get it ticked on, and then when you make a project or something, you click file, save as, and you can make a folder here. Once again, and write project, and put your name here, for example project, and here you are. So this is your project. On the next tutorial I'll be showing you how to compile your map so you can play it with Counter-Strike, or Half-Life, or anything that you think that works with Hammer Editor. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, just comment below or visit our site, which is Valve Hammer Editor tutorial, not just valvehammereditor.com. Yeah, thank you again and have a great day.